And here we go, guys. Welcome back, JJZ StarCraft here. It's a great day to be casting some StarCraft. If you're like me, you've got your coffee in hand, getting ready to watch some Artosis cast, and then hopefully continue on your StarCraft journey with some JJZ cast. So, welcome. Today we have one of our favorites, FanTaSy. Top left corner, guys. We're on Polypoid once again. He's playing a pro on a barcode account here that, thank you, shout out to Dude Nerd for finding this barcode out for us. And it looks like his opponent, Artuser, is going into a 4-pool, guys, so we could have a quick one here. They did play each other twice on the ladder back to back. So what we'll do is, if this one is quick, we will move into that second game. So stay with me here as this spawning pool goes down. FanTaSy looks like he's going to put a forward barrack, so this could counter, although I think with a 4-pool he'd rather actually have it in his base, ironically, but this could, the barracks is super early at like 8 SCVs, so it's going to be close. I mean, I think that he can probably counter it. You can see that he doesn't send the scout Artuser, so he ends up sending it a little bit late. He mines with that drone for a little bit, so it'll be interesting to see where, if he goes cross spawn here to scout, or if he goes to the left and to the north with his overlord. Here come the lings, 6 lings, guys. Artuser really quickly is a 2336 MMR ladder player from South Korea. He is 31 years old. It's the first time he's been featured on the channel, as the lings shoot out and they are going to go across the map. 2 SCVs going out for FanTaSy. He's got a supply depot up. He's got a forward barracks. This SCV should find the lings, and that should trigger a response from FanTaSy. Artuser, we'll get into a little bit more. Let's just see how this game goes in the next one if we end up doing it. Okay, so he does see the Zerglings. He's going to run his Marine back to the ramp, I imagine. And he should have 2 out by the time the Zerglings come. So he should be... pull a few SCVs, I would imagine. Here they come. Gonna run behind this supply depot. He's got 2 Marines out, a 3rd on the way. FanTaSy gonna fight these Marines off on the ramp with 4 SCVs and 2 Marines. And Artuser not gonna be able to get up the ramp and could be in trouble here. Really well defended here by FanTaSy. He loses 1 single SCV. 2 more lings on the way, but I don't think it's going to be enough, and we might see him put up some defense here and eventually float this barracks back. More Zerglings coming. Here comes a supply depot and a bunker. So FanTaSy looking to be in a great position here. Artuser may be better to just get on this bunker and stop production, but he does run his lings up, and here we go. There's the good game. So guys, stay with me. That was a quick one. Really well executed by FanTaSy on the 4-pool. Great defense there. Got a little bit lucky with the cross spawn. Stay with me here on the transition, and we are going to get into that second game they played on the ladder. And here we go again, guys. Welcome back. If you stayed with us, happy you did. We're on Dominator for game 2, guys. We've got FanTaSy on the 3 o'clock spawn, and his opponent Artuser, who we were talking about earlier. We'll have time now to get into that. Artuser is a 31-year-old South Korean Zerg player. He's a 2300-ish S rank pro / amateur these days. He grew up with a little bit of interesting inside info for people that are interested in Brood War and how these guys came about, but he grew up in the same neighborhood as Sharp and Hero. So they've been playing StarCraft together for a long time. And you know, you get better. Iron sharpens iron, right, guys? So you get better when you play against better opponents, especially when you're young there. 3 really good players, top level. And they ended up joining the same StarCraft team, Samsung Con, initially together, so the 3 of them were on the same team. And, you know, Artuser is known to be a really aggressive Zerg, and we saw that in the last game. You see those types of cheeses at every level on the ladder. We've seen it with Artosis, both the good and the bad and the ugly. And we saw it here, and we saw some of the difference on like how FanTaSy handled that. He handled it like an absolute pro that he is. And it wasn't like he was in trouble at any point. Now, mind you, he did go like barracks first, and he kind of maybe he knows he He knows Artuser likes to do such things, and he's like, well, I'm just going to go forward barracks and see what happens here. If he doesn't cheese me, I'll have an early attack option. And so FanTaSy did just that, and then you saw micro his units on the ramp there. Very impressive, as he does send his SCV out to scout. And we get into this second game. Hopefully we have a little bit of a better one here, guys, on this 3-player map. I like this map. Personally, I like the layout of the pizza slices and how the high ground goes to low ground as we see the drone and SCV cross paths in the night. They're going to scout each other right at about the same time. This time we do have Artuser doing something a little more standard, going hatchery into spawning pool into gas. We see a wall going up for FanTaSy, so no cheese this game, guys. We'll probably see mutas, I'm guessing, like we almost always do against in this ZBT build. And FanTaSy going gasless expand. I think we'll see an expansion go up right now. Oh, what's he doing here? Where are you going, SCV? Are you gonna do it? Oh, he's gonna build it with this guy, of course. Mineral-wise, that lined up just right. He does get the SCV in, trying to steal some minerals. We love that play here on JJZ. We like to see the mineral theft. Let's see if he goes for it again, or if he's just going to be happy with the lair timing scout and get his SCV out of there. Yeah, super exciting, guys. I think I said it in the last game, but if I didn't, shout out to Dude Nerd for confirming this barcode is indeed FanTaSy. It's one he's been using a decent amount lately. If you listened to my last cast where I talked about FanTaSy having a Q&A, it turns out it was a Q&A. I will link that Q&A in this video. jinjinBW, jinjinBW, JINBW. He's got a YouTube channel. He translates all kinds of fun pro dialogue in Korea into English, and so you can watch a bunch. He's got a great channel, guys. Go check him out if you don't already know about him. But he did translate that video for us, so FanTaSy got into the Q&A, and you know, he was just a nice... It was a nice listen, easy listen. He seems like a really calm, collected, intelligent, articulate individual. And one thing that stood out for me is he thinks if he plays for about 2 months, he can get into top-level competitive form. And so I'm hoping to see that. And he even commented if you give him another 2 months, he could become, once again, maybe the best player in the world. So let's see. It depends probably how much he's going to commit and be dedicated to this game. I hope he does for all of us. I think it'll be a lot of fun to watch him as these Zerglings come to take a poke. They're not going to find much, though, other than a wall with 5 Marines behind them. FanTaSy almost finished his factory, and looks like... Is he going to go into mech here? What are we doing? No, I don't see any missile turrets coming, or maybe Goliaths. Is that going to be the move here? Spire halfway done, and just producing SCVs, getting the add-on, getting a starport. Okay, so we're going to see... I think we're going to see Valkyries again from FanTaSy. So let's see how that goes. It's going to be... yeah, he should be okay. He's going to keep pumping Marines, I imagine, from one barrier. No, he's stopped production of Marines. Continuing to build SCVs. You can see that he's getting the engineering bay now. Okay, so it's not going to be Goliath. It's going to be Valkyries, I believe. And we can see that Artuser has stopped his drone production as he throws down a creep colony. Not really necessary. I mean, FanTaSy doesn't have a push-out timing here with only 6 Marines. No medics. Here comes the armory to push those Valkyries, and he's going to go into Vulture and Valkyrie again, I think, guys. This is a great build we saw from him earlier. Super fun to watch, and seemed to counter the mutas actually quite well in the last game that we saw. So we'll see if he tries to run past with some Vultures. As mutas are on the way, FanTaSy has a bunker being built to help with that muta defense. We're going to see that timing. Look at the timing of the armory finishing right before the control tower, and I suspect we'll see a Valkyrie start as soon as that finishes. Bang, there it is, right on cue. So getting some of his build timings down as the mutas fly across, the Valkyrie will pop, and let's see if he can keep this first one alive. In the last game, we saw him lose it. Right away, pretty much, but he was able to make up with that with later Valkyries, and we saw him just play a really, really cool game there. So mutas are out. We've got 3 speedy Vultures in going here, plus 1 muta attack or air attack on the way for Zerg. Spider Mines being researched for FanTaSy, and we have now 6 mutas flying around. Here's the Valkyrie. Here come the Scourge. Let's see if he can avoid getting getting killed by the Scourge. Oh, really nice micro there by FanTaSy. Wow, doesn't take a single hit, direct hit from Immuta, just one of the glaives, one of the second glaives hitting his Valkyrie, and totally dodges the Scourge there, like the pro he is. These vultures are going to go around the map, I think, and try to sneak in somewhere and get some damage. As we do see a third base go down for Artuser. This Valkyrie's hanging tight, a second one out. Let's see if he makes a third, as we do get into more barracks now. Okay, so he is going to go SK Terran and jump up probably to Science Vessels after he makes a few more Valkyries. Muta's going to try and sneak in the back here with some Scourge hidden amongst them. See if he can get any damage done. Here come the Valkyries. Here come more Mutas. Okay. Where are those Valkyries? There they are. Oh yeah, okay, so a nice micro there by FanTaSy. Beautifully done. Look at the damage on those Mutas. Those Valkyries doing what they need to do. Any kills on them yet? He's got 3 out now. And not a lot of kills on the Mutas, but look at the damage, right? So Artuser picking off a Vulture there. FanTaSy just kind of laying mines around the map. We're 3 bases to 2 right now. We've got our comsats up. And good game. Wow. He just leaves. Did he get a bunch of Mutas there? Did I just miss that? Let's, FanTaSy's electing to stay in the game here for a moment. He's just going to scan the bases. Yeah, here we go. So you're getting a good look at what FanTaSy wants to see. He says, yeah, my opponent doesn't have anything going except a Mutalisk all-in. And with all those Valkyries out, he countered it perfectly. And what else is FanTaSy looking to do here? Okay, there he goes. So let's just jump back there really quick. I missed that engage. You can see basically the build counters what Artuser was trying to do, and Artuser just recognizing, even though he's got 10 Mutas here, here's the Valkyries. Look at that slide with the Valkyries. Beautifully done by FanTaSy. He's starting, yeah, these Mutas have so much damage on them. Let's watch these guys as he gets 3 out. You can see their Mutas are on the Vultures right now and the mines, and as we get close to the end of this game, I just want to focus on the Valkyries. But some beautifully played here by FanTaSy. Oh yeah, he just gets a bunch of them, and the rest have no health. And I just think Artuser had nothing else left. So interesting as he refines this build, FanTaSy, and this like very, again, like we talk about it every time. It seems like I feature him on the channel. Like he just didn't have anything. If we go back here, like where are we? Let's go to. Look at this. We're 3 minutes into the game, so let's go 4 minutes, almost 5 minutes into the game, and he basically has 6 Marines, right, guys? Like he doesn't have anything else. SCVs and 6 Marines, but with his build and he's confident on his timing. I think he knows what Artuser's about to do. He knows he can get the Valkyrie, the first Valkyrie out as the Mutas are coming into his base, and there can only be 4 or 5 of them with this 2 hatchery Muta build. 3rd hatchery going down, but this is a 2 hatchery Muta build. Yeah, just really impressive again to just wall this off, hold it. Armory timing was really dialed in with the starport control tower finishing to get that, and you saw him instantly click that Valkyrie, so that was cool to see. And yeah, you know, 2 good games here by FanTaSy. Artuser not really putting up much of a fight, to be honest with you. A little bit disappointing, both those games there. But you know, he's a good player, and I'm sure we'll give him another chance here on this channel at some point. And fun to see FanTaSy playing against some higher level players. Look for a little bit more of that, guys. We'll be back with Artosis tomorrow. Thank you for joining me for these 2. Always a pleasure to have you. Like and subscribe, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.